Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the EMS One CSGO Katowice draw. This is officially the draw for 4 groups of 16 teams in the $250,000 tournament that will take place in Katowice. We're about to find out which teams will go head-to-head with each other through 4 seeding pools. All the teams have been divided into 4 seeds, and the adjudication will be taking place with our master admin, Mr. Cartman. I'm alongside Jason, who'll be here to analyse the groups once they're drawn, and Leslie is with me to help draw the groups. Are we ready? I think we're ready, aren't we?
I think we're good to go.
We're good to go, okay. Alex, let's have seed pool 4. Leslie, if you give them a 12 round, please. Pull out the first team drawn into Group A for the EMS One finals in Katowice. And the first team will be Germany's Mouse Sports. Mouse Sports will be drawn into Group A. And Leslie, second team, please. And our second team out of seed pool 4, going into Group B, will be 3D Max. And team number 3. Our third team out into Group C. Another Danish team will be Reason Gaming, having come through the European qualifiers. And our fourth and final team, just to confirm the team that will come out, should be Clan Mystic. Let's make sure that we've got that one in there. Also coming through the qualifiers very well in the upper bracket, of course, from the French team, and it is, of course, Clan Mystic. So they go into Group D. Thank you very much, Leslie, for those groups. We're going to continue to draw through. Alex, if you'd like to bring over seed pool 3. Thank you very much. And so we're about to find out our first team to join Mouse Sports in Group A. And the first team out of seed pool 3 is virtus.pro. So already Group A starting to look ridiculous, Jason. virtus.pro and Mouse Sports already in there.
No group's going to be easy, though.
No group's easy. There's 16 fantastic teams from all over the world in here. We've got Australia in here, America in here, and Europe as well. Second team into Group B, drawn with 3D Max, will be Vox Eminor. So Vox from Australia, drawn with 3D Max. That's got to be a reasonable draw for them, I think.
I think it's one of the easier ones, to be honest.
Okay.
No offense to 3D Max, obviously, but...
And our third team, drawn into Group C, alongside Reason Gaming from seed pool 3. Drawn I Buy Power. So, I Buy Power from the US. Recently victors over Titan. Drawn into Group C with Reason Gaming. And our final team out of this particular seed pool should be Na'Vi. Let's just confirm. And it is indeed Natus Vincera, Na'Vi, into Group D alongside Clan Mystic. That's also a tough group. Jason's already cursing under his breath, thank you. Alex, seed pool 2, please. Okay, now things start getting serious. We're going to have 3 teams drawn into these groups now. Leslie, please do the honours. First team out into Group A. They'll be joining Mouse Sports and virtus.pro. These are the 5th to 8th place teams at DreamHack. And ex-Astana Dragons, would you believe it? Ex-Astana Dragons are drawn into Group A with Mouse Sports and virtus.pro. What a group already. Our second team. They will be joining Vox from Australia and 3D Max. Came through the European qualifiers. Our third team will be LDLC from France. Okay. Our third team into Group C. They'll be joining Reason Gaming and I Buy Power from the US. Could be another American team in that, not from this particular pool, but it's Team Dignitas, the former Copenhagen Wolves, of course, drawn into Group C with Reason and I Buy Power. I think they'll be okay with that one. And our fourth and final team
Group C is pretty damn stacked.
It is stacked.
Holy crap.
Our last team are LGB eSports from Sweden. So LGB go into Group D, and they join Na'Vi and Clan Mystic. Thank you. Our final poll is the top 4 from DreamHack. Alex?
I don't know which one's more stacked, C or D at this point.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
Just before we do the last 4, we've got Complexity, Titan, Ninjas in Pajamas, and Fnatic. And I think there's going to be a couple of very, very dangerous groups here for all 4 teams. So let's find out. Leslie, do the honors, please. Draw our first team into Group A. To complete Group A, e.sports, virtus.pro, Astana Dragons, and Titan eSports. So, what a group. e.sports, virtus.pro, Astana Dragons, and Titan. I think the hometown favourites of virtus.pro are not going to be particularly pleased with that one. Okay, let's find out who joins Group B. This one already has 3D Max, Vox from Australia, and LDLC. They can't now get the French team as well. Let's find out who they do get. And it is Ninjas in Pajamas. 3D Max, Vox Eminor, LDLC, and NIP go into Group B.
I'm really nervous right now. I do not want to see Complexity put in Group C.
I was going to say the same thing. I wondered if you were. There are 2 teams remaining. It's Fnatic and Complexity. Who goes into Group C? Reason, I Buy Power, and Team Dignitas. Leslie, draw the team. It's Fnatic. A huge sigh of relief from the American alongside me. Fnatic are drawn into Group C. It's a very tough group. Reason Gaming, I Buy Power, Team Dignitas, and Fnatic. Just confirm the last team out, Leslie, please. Group D will be Clan Mystic, Na'Vi, LGB, and Team Complexity, if this has worked properly. It has. Good news.
They didn't get an easier group, though.
They did not get it. No, I don't think anyone's got an easier group. We are going to go through the groups in just a moment and have a chat with Jason about his thoughts on all of those. Firstly, though, thank you to Alex, and thank you, Leslie, very much for helping us do the draw. Jason, let's have a look at these 4 groups right now. Let's start with Group A. In terms of prestige and well-known team names and clan names, Group A looks absurd. e.sports, virtus.pro, Titan, and Astana Dragons. But on paper, is there a clear favourite in that group, do you think? With Titan in it?
I have to say Titan,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, they're the team that's been up and coming for such a long time, beating NIP back at the EMS One series this last season. Definitely the favorites. The runner-up team, though, that one I have no clue about.
Yeah, it could go any of the 3 ways. We really just don't know enough about the 3 teams matching up head-to-head. virtus.pro, of course, will be on home soil in front of a massive Polish audience. Who knows, that might help. e.sports won't have to travel far, and Astana Dragons, again, won't have to travel far either. So, very tricky group in Group A. Group B, an interesting group.
I think this is one of the easier groups, for at least NIP's sake.
Absolutely, yes. I think if you could have said to NIP, pick any of the 4 groups with 3 teams saying so far, which would you pick? They'd probably have picked Group B. It's got 3D Max in it, who look very good at times through the qualifiers. Came through the lower bracket in the end. Vox, who we don't know a great deal about in Europe because the Australians tend to not have to travel too much, or don't get to travel too much. I mean, I think they probably love to travel more. LDLC, who we know all about, and NIP, of course, who, well, pretty much the whole planet knows about. So, interesting group. NIP looked like the solid favourites in that one, but again, could be any of the other 3 come through.
I want to use a term you taught me about yesterday. The dark horse.
The dark horse.
I think that's going to be Vox.
Okay.
I've seen so many times within many other games, the team that no one knows nothing about has the opportunity to prepare for all these teams where you have all these demos, all these, past casts done. They have the research available for them, but will they take that chance and use it to their advantage?
Okay. Group C is a ridiculous group, really. I almost feel sorry for Reason Gaming, having really, been punished all the way through the qualifiers and really had some hard matches themselves just to get to this position, have been rewarded with I Buy Power, Team Dignitas, and Team Fnatic. And I'm not sure there's a tougher group out of the 4. I mean, A is stacked, obviously, and we'll talk about D in a minute, but Group C on paper looks like the hardest of the lot.
I 100% agree on that one. I mean, I Buy Power, being American, I got to have hopes for them. They're definitely a good team, but, ex-Copenhagen Wolves, now Dignitas, Fnatic, Reason. I think the top team would probably be Fnatic in that one, but again, the second team, I cannot tell you. It's pretty much the same thing with Group A. You have Dignitas, who's been ridiculously strong lately. Reason who's performed really well, and iBuyPower who can really upset a lot of teams.
Yeah, well, beat Titan recently as well, which is, was a big surprise to the European scene. Group D, finally, Clan Mystic, Na'Vi, LGB, and Complexity. I mean, had we, let's just turn this around a little bit. Okay. Had Complexity been drawn in Group C and Fnatic been drawn in this group, would it look any different, do you think? Or are they all just ridiculously tough groups?
I think it look a little bit different. I think, personally, to me, Fnatic's a little bit better than Complexity, but either way, it's still a damn good group. Look at Clan Mystic, in the qualifiers. Kenny S, 99 kills across 3 games.
He was insane.
And 61 deaths. I mean, almost 100 kills in those. That was ridiculous. Then, of course, you have Na'Vi coming back with, their full lineup. LGB, Complexity, both have a lot to prove here. Complexity did really well, back at DreamHack, and right now I think they want to pull that one off again.
Okay. Final thoughts on the whole thing. I mean, it's $250,000. It's in front of a massive audience in a huge arena, in the Spodek Arena in Katowice. We now know the groups as well for Counter-Strike. It's starting to become very exciting.
It has. See, it's always been for a long time knowing that there's this major tournament, but now you have, like you're saying, the group's finally drawn in. You know who's going against who. You have all the teams now from this moment preparing for their next opponent coming up a little bit later on. Between the groups, honestly, I'm really looking forward to C&D. Like, to me, that's the top 2 to watch. That's the group of death pretty much across the board. But I really want to see, can this Australian team, Vox, for me, really pull through and surprise a lot of people.
Okay, thank you very much for your thoughts.
Thank you.
That's it from us here for the CSGO draw. Hope you've enjoyed watching the teams being drawn into their groups, and we hope that you thoroughly enjoy the coverage we're going to be providing for you from Katowice. Don't forget, 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th of March. We're not far away now from the $250,000 tournament for EMS One Katowice. Until then, we'll see you then.